Hello everyone. Today we will study in detail chapter 6 of Animal Farm. So in chapter 6 we find that the corruption of power increases, and in the chapter overview we will see that there's a deepening corruption, pigs consolidate power while altering animalism's commandments to suit their needs. Animals face exhausting labor building the windmill while working the farm, and Napoleon uses propaganda and scapegoating to maintain control over the masses. So, the animals work like slaves that year, but they are happy knowing that humans won't profit from their efforts. They work 60 hours a week through the summer, and in August, Napoleon announces that they will work on Sunday afternoons. This is voluntary, but animals who don't work Sundays will see reduced rations. The harvest is less successful that year, and mishaps means that animals missed planting certain crops. The winter is guaranteed to be difficult. So there's a quotation from Animal Farm. All that year animals worked like slaves, but they were happy in their work. They grudged no effort or sacrifice, well aware that everything that they did was for the benefit of themselves and those of their kind who would come after them. They were satisfied that at least they are not laboring for man. Work hours stretched to 60 per week. Sunday labor was declared voluntary, but refusal meant halved rations. Boxer was the one who had the unwavering devotion towards Napoleon and towards a philosophy of animalism. He was a loyal worker. He stands out for his incredible devotion to the cause, embodying the working class's dedication. His famous motto becomes a symbol of blind loyalty to corrupt leadership: I will work harder. This phrase represents both admirable work ethic and tragic exploitation of the masses. Then we see that the pigs, they keep on breaking the sacred rules, the rules of animalism. They start trading with humans. Napoleon begins trading with humans through Mr. Whymper, shocking the animals who remember the original principles. And they moved to the farmhouse. Originally they said that it would be a museum and no animal will stay there, but pigs relocate to the farmhouse, abandoning their equality with other animals. And then they start sleeping in bed. Initially in animalism it was propounded that no animal should sleep on bed, but this commandment is violated and pigs begin sleeping in human beds, directly contradicting animalism. There is a manipulation of language, and this manipulation of language is a very important part of George Orwell's Animal Farm, because this manipulation propaganda, as embodied by a squealer, is the one that makes fool of animals and they get confused and they are not able to discriminate between what is right and what is wrong. Original commandment was no animal shall sleep in bed, but the altered version is no animal shall sleep in bed with sheets. Squealer manipulates language to justify the pig's actions, showing how those in power can twist laws to serve their interests. Now, there is another incident that is very important in the Animal Farm, that is the windmill disaster. Animals, they continue to work tirelessly in order to build the windmill. They find creative ways to break stones despite lacking proper tools. But there is a violent storm, and due to this violent storm, this devastating storm destroys the half-built windmill, crushing the animals' spirits. But Napoleon does not tell the animals the real reason, that is the storm. Due to storm, the windmill has been destroyed, but rather he uses that technique of scapegoating, and he puts the blame on Snowball. For every neglect, for every little mistake that occurs due to pigs, the blame is put on the Snowball. And then propaganda is in action. Squealer says, "Comrades, do you know who is responsible for this? Do you know the enemy who has come in the night and overthrown our windmill? Snowball." So, this is how Napoleon uses Snowball as a scapegoat, and he deflects the blame from natural disaster to an external enemy. This rallies the animals around a common threat. Now, this is the way how authoritarian regimes are maintained. They put a sort of fear among the masses, and due to that fear, the real issue that they should see, the real problems that they should come face to face, are avoided. Now, the key themes are revealed in this chapter are corruption of ideals. The founding principles of animalism are systematically corrupted to benefit the ruling class. Language manipulation and scapegoating becomes tools for maintaining control over the masses. The working class suffers under increasing harsh conditions while leaders enjoy comfort. So, what are the chief takeaways from the chapter 6? It serves as a powerful lesson about the dangers of unchecked authority, the ease of manipulating language, and the vulnerability of the masses when leadership becomes selfish and authoritarian. The ordinary animals, overworked, tired, and increasingly confused, continue to labor for a vision that steadily betrays its founding ideals. Orwell demonstrates how those in power manipulate laws and truth for self interest. So, students, this is the summary of chapter 6. In the next video, we will do the summary of chapter 7.